episode of the podcast, The Mindset Lounge. You are here with Raluca and
Sally, and today we are excited to share with you another topic, which is the mindset, the name of our podcast. We want to talk all about mindset. And shall I start by maybe saying what mindset is?
yeah, I'm curious about your opinion. What do you think mindset
Well,
is?
to start with, I believe everyone could have a different interpretation or a definition to mindset. But in simple words, it just refers to the way you think about yourself, your abilities, the world around you. So it's the way you look at things, your lens, the glasses you wear to look at and shape things around. But to me, in my word, it's like the start button to our brains. It's what keeps us going.
I love the way you put it. Yeah, I would add a little bit to your definition, like it's a set of attitudes and self-perceptions and beliefs. And yes, it sits at the base of everything that we do. There's, I don't know, nothing we can do without mindset. Either if it's a good thing or a bad thing, mindset sits at the base of it. What do you think
Absolutely, it's the
influences
foundation.
mindset? Yeah. What do you think about the things that influence our mindset?
I'd say number one is childhood,
Mm.
how we're brought up, the things we're told,
Mm.
the things we people share with us when we're kids, and what we see, our experiences, our which builds beliefs as well in us.
Culture,
Yeah, absolutely.
culture, religion, the things that we are exposed to, the things that we are made believe.
Where you live as well, your
Yeah,
location.
demographics, yeah. Yeah. Give me an example. Would you give me an example of a mindset that is, I don't know, influenced by religion, let's say?
If you don't pray, you're going to hell.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. In my country, they used to say that if you do something bad, God will punish you. So we
Similar.
kind of, yeah, we kind of grow up with this. Yeah, mood influences mindset. Outlook and disposition.
Your environment shapes
Mm.
a lot of that as well, especially at the moment with all the platforms, social media platforms, and how they affect the way you see yourself, the way you look at yourself, and how you want to be. You compare. So it all affects the
Oh, yeah.
mindset. So the environment around you, whether at school for kids, for instance, or at work or remotely online, has a huge
Yeah.
impact.
The things that we are exposed to. I'm glad you brought this up because there are two major things that are going on in our world now. One of them is this perfect being, which looks perfect, which eats perfect, which has a perfect life, a perfect partner, a perfect job.
Perfect
And
body, as we
oh
see.
yeah. And another one is the sexual things that are going on now, especially in schools with young children. And those are things that affect or have a huge impact on mindset. Huge. I can give an example of this
Go ahead.
perfect world. I've seen a case recently in media. There were two girls, very clever, good in schools, good academically, um, that were really down because they couldn't see themselves as perfect as other girls that they were seeing online. And unfortunately, they took their own lives. That was a very
There's
sad
so many
thing.
cases of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
unfortunately. And also in terms of how much the media shares, like it's, in
Mm,
the news with the wars and all of that, that affects our mindset.
yeah, yeah. Many people are scared because of the
Absolutely,
things that they are
anxiety.
exposed to.
Yeah. Shall we maybe brighten it up a little bit and
Yes, let's do it.
let's do it. So we have now briefly types of mindset, maybe.
Mm,
We said there are beliefs. So this is
what do you
something we
think?
can
Yeah,
control. We can
yeah,
change or we try to change how we believe things. This is something we can work on. It's not a magic wand. It's not a click of a button and then your mindset will change. It needs effort,
yeah,
and everything pays off. So you can be in that fixed mindset of, as the example you've given, like I'm not beautiful. I'm not achieving anything. I don't have the perfect body, and not adds to anything. But
yeah,
instead, you can start to encourage yourself to believe otherwise, or to believe the reality. So maybe I'm not there yet. Like just adding that yet gives you a positive boost.
yeah, it does, it does. And I think it's important to mention that fixed mindset and growth mindset are the most common types of mindset. And the fixed one is characterized by the fact that there's no flexibility,
Mhm.
that's either nothing else.
Yeah,
Growth is it's flexible. It's allowing yourself to change, your willingness to see something else, to try something else, to believe something else. Why not? Yeah, yeah.
changing the glasses that we mentioned
Mm.
at the beginning and look at things maybe more brighter. It's not faking the reality, it's accepting the reality as it is
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
challenging yourself as well to that step closer to where you want to be.
Yeah, I think everything, like every task, every goal, every dream, every setback, and every problem that we face in our life has mindset as its base.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like one. I experienced that mindset shift, if I could share.
Yes,
Um,
please.
fail.
Mm,
Fail. Failure was to me, that's it. I've tried it, I failed. I'm not touching it again. Whether it's on many scales.
Give me an
But
example when you felt that.
um, when I graduated from uni and I didn't find immediately a job um, in my career, what I've studied, I've tried few months and I felt I'm a failure. I'm not good at that, and I've stopped looking. And that was it for me. I failed. I failed at what I've studied. I didn't make anyone proud, and then all the imposter syndrome kicks in as well, and it just got worse and worse. And but only recently I came to realization that it's not failure. That wasn't failure. I gave up too quickly, maybe, but also I learned from it to be persistent, to follow my dreams, and to have actually to visualize my dreams first, to have a picture of where I want to be, and then work towards that.
Yeah, yeah,
I jumped
it's really
from 0
important.
to 3 where I wanted to jump on something. So, but it took me a long time to realize that failure, I've read it somewhere, is the first attempt in learning.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not failure. All the letters of fail, to me now, I remind myself, it stands for first attempt in learning.
yeah.
And that was challenging. It's not easy it's not a magic wand. It needs persistence.
What do you think is the importance of mindset?
It gives you sense of direction, to positivity, to um, motivation, to empowering beliefs.
Mm. Would you agree that it
Then
dictates the result of your actions?
absolutely 100%. 100%. If you're taking the dark direction, you can imagine
Mm.
I don't want to say as the
I
girls
lived
that you
that.
mentioned, but because it's a bit of a sad story to the audience, but it's actually the reality. So if you keep
Mm.
focusing on that, if you try to take the growth mindset, you will look at things as an opportunity, as a learning,
Yeah,
as growth. There is a room for
yeah.
growth. Yeah.
I do
How
have
about you? Do you have
an
a
experience
story?
here. Yeah, I do. I do have a story that is very, very vivid in my mind. You know, our audience doesn't know. 5 years ago, I had one of my major health problems, uh, which resulted in a double mastectomy. And how things started. Um, they started sudden. I'm not going to give you details, but I experienced two things. So I was at the stage where I knew things are bad and I would probably need a surgery. My doctors were very cautious in giving me the news, let's say. Actually, the doctor that interpreted my MRI result was like, I wanted to speak with you. They didn't just give me the result. She called me personally. I wanted to speak with you because you might need to consult a surgeon. And I asked her straight away, do you think I will need a mastectomy? And she said, I would, and I told her, that's okay. I, I rather have you telling me the truth instead of going around the bushes, how you mentioned at some point. And she said that it might be the direction. Um, when I went actually forward with a plan, again, my doctors were very cautious in just saying the word, you will need a double mastectomy. They kind of tried to pack it, and I told them before they told me what's next. You know what? My only purpose is to go home to my son. I don't care if you take everything out. I want to go home to my son. And I was so empowered by this willingness to go home to my son that I even recovered like very, very quick from the surgery. It was really, I think if I wouldn't have had this mindset, things would have gone in a different direction for me.
Mm.
But that
And we see
willingness
that a
to
lot
go
with,
home, so focusing from that problem that have potentially, I don't want to say it, to going home to my son, it just changed my whole energy. I had a
Mm.
vibe, I don't know. And the
You
most
had a vision
empowering
that
thing,
drive,
yeah,
yeah, that was driving you. Yeah.
the most empowering thing that happened is to find out people around me which admired my power and telling me that I'm strong, and I never thought they would see me this way. I'm not sure if I saw myself as being strong, but it was, yeah, it was magic, let's say. I just wanted to
I'm
go home
glad you
to my
said that
son.
because we underestimate sometimes us,
Mm,
how strong we are and the skills we have, which keeps us in the fixed mindset.
yeah, yeah.
We,
I keep hearing a lot of people, and I would like to, let's say, put a light on this. I hear a lot of people talking about positive and negative mindset, and I want to say that I don't really agree with this categorization, and that's because our mind doesn't understand negative. And I'm going to give an example because we are with examples today. We are giving evidence. If you tell yourself, I want to be healthy, or you tell yourself, I don't want to be ill, you're setting your mind in the same way. It's only one way to set your mind. However, the result is going to be different. And because I mentioned our mind doesn't understand negation, it's going to focus on be healthy or be ill. And that's the reason we get different results. The
yeah.
positive or negative is in the result, I would say, is in the way we speak to ourselves, the words that we use.
And this is a driver as well and
Mm.
motivation. Like if you, I'm sure many coaches have experienced that I want to quit smoking.
Yeah, yeah.
Again,
What would you like
instead of
to gain?
quitting
Yeah.
something, just focus on what you want to gain instead. And
Yeah.
it will not only affect your mind to pick on the positive words, but it will be a driver to you to, okay,
Mm.
I have a vision. And this is
Yeah.
what you need to start, have a vision first of what you want to be. So I want to gain what?
Yeah. Good
Gain,
point.
maybe be more fit, but eat better, whatever it is. It's in the positive.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
talked
Yeah.
about this was going to be my next thing. So the strategy to go from the fixed to the growth
Mm.
mindset. There are many, but the first thing you need to get rid of the negative talk, especially self-talk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Say it in the positive, say it to yourself in the positive. And affirmation is such a powerful tool with that.
Mm. Yeah, I think
Uh,
I had a post a few days back or yesterday, or I don't remember exactly, with I am, which are the most powerful two words.
mhm.
Start with I am. I am learning. I am getting better. I am working towards.
What's your favorite affirmation?
Lately, because of my health problems, my my favorite affirmation is I am feeling good. And I close my eyes and I say it, I am feeling good. And I feel, maybe for some people this would be a bit, strange,
Mhm.
but I feel that energy flowing through my body, just changing the chemistry in my body. What's
Mhm.
yours?
I am worthy.
Mm, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
It's very powerful as well if you try the when you like in the opposite the mirror, stand in front of a
Yeah,
mirror
yeah.
and try saying that and see the effect. Maybe have a play. Everyone who's
Um,
listening, tuning in, have a go.
yeah, yeah.
You don't
I
have
have
to use
an,
our affirmation. Use your own
yeah,
positively.
I have an exercise that was given to me by one of my Indian coaches, health coaches. Um, it's mirror meditation. So
Mm,
stand in front of a mirror or sit or whatever, have a mirror in front of you, look at yourself. Look at yourself like you would be your best friend. What would you like that person to be like? What would you tell that person? Give it a go. Just stand in front of the mirror and try it. What would you tell yourself? Sometimes I go back to my childhood and I feel like I want to hug that girl and tell her that she's going to be fine, that she is loved and she is worthy. And she doesn't have to look like all the mothers. She's beautiful the way she is.
yeah, you are who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is what takes me to maybe another point of how to challenge your mind. Surround yourself by positive interaction, positive people, people who lift you up,
Yeah. Yeah.
like-minded people. Don't be surrounded by people who have I'm not saying don't be by the side of people who have difficulties. Absolutely not. It's just surround yourself with positivity as much as you can, and that will have a positive effect on your mindset shift.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. I keep telling my son, because we live in a world where there's a lot of bullying, people are quite mean, there are a lot of things going on. And for a teenager, it's hard to adjust to all these changes, all these influences bombarding with whatever. And I keep telling him, choose your friends by judging the way you feel around them. If you feel good with them, that's okay. If you start to question yourself around them, if you start to doubt yourself around them, that might
If you
not be
start
the
putting a
way.
mask on,
Yeah, pretend that
start
you're not who
being,
you are.
yeah,
That's a good point. Very good
if you're
point.
not
Very good
becoming
point.
authentic yourself and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel right. then something is wrong.
And also because I've experienced it when I was a child. There were some colleagues that let's run from this class. And I tell my son, are your friends encouraging you to perform or are they dragging you down? And I leave the question with him. I think it's important.
Yeah, they need to decide. They need to be in
Yeah,
control because the results will be powerful. There will be the
yeah,
success higher when they take their own decisions.
yeah, yeah. When they answer to their questions. That's
Yeah.
why it's so empowering when you have a coach, because it will stimulate your own beliefs, your own
Mm.
values, and you will be able to bring them to the light. Maybe you might not be aware of them. There are so many people that are experiencing conflicts, internal conflicts. That's because sometimes actions don't align with who we truly are, and we might not know exactly who we are. Sometimes it happens. It happened to me. I wasn't sure for a long while. Yeah.
You need a space to be able to talk,
Mm,
that confident space to just unpack what's inside you, and then that will start, the change will start by then. And
mm,
when you trust someone, you just open up.
yeah. Yeah. I
Another
think it's
important
important.
thing I want to highlight with mindset is self-compassion.
Mm.
If
Oh, I
we're too harsh
love
on
this one.
ourselves, I think that's another topic for a full episode, but
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
highlight it briefly, it goes hand in hand with I am worthy, like self-worth,
Mm,
love, and all of that. Don't be harsh on yourself. If you fail, be gentle on yourself, and that will turn into, okay, it's a learning opportunity. But if you beat yourself up for failing at something, how are you expecting yourself to improve?
yeah. Yeah.
Self compassion is crucial for that mindset shift.
It is. It is. I think it's important to look in the mirror and see that child or see that person, that friend of yours that looks exactly the same as you,
Yeah.
and try to encourage them. See how it feels. Yeah, it's a very important topic, and I'm happy you mentioned it because I have another example here again with my son who struggled a little bit to get himself into the right mindset for his GCSEs exams. And after everything finished and he got the results and everything was fine, I told him, you need to be mindful because he was like, I could have done better. He started beating himself.
Mm.
He didn't, anyway, he did great, but he was like, I could have done better. And I told him, you need to give yourself a bit of a credit. We moved to UK 5 years ago. You started to adjust to the system. By the time you were almost there, pandemic stroke. Yeah, you were at home 2 years. You didn't interact with your colleagues. You had online classes, which let's not mention that. And now you managed to lift yourself up and get the results that you get. Considering all this, moving to a different country, learning to learn in a different language and everything. And he was like thinking, yeah, yeah. And I told him, you've done that. It's your work. Give yourself a bit of credit. Celebrate your results. Yeah, you could have done better. That's the point. You can do it better next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we shared a lot with you today.
Mm,
Sure, we shared a lot about the shifts between growth mindset and fixed mindsets and the benefit of the being in the
mm,
growth mindset. Um, so next time you doubt yourself, when you have that moment of that fixed mindset, and you can now see the examples that we've given you, how that feels like, maybe add the word yet, as we said. I
yeah.
am not
Yeah.
there yet. I am still learning. Have
Or what can I learn
self-compassion.
from? Yeah, because you mentioned
Absolutely.
it earlier. Instead of the problem, focus on the opportunity that it brings. What can you take? What's your takeaway from it?
Yeah.
What can you improve next time? If something similar happens, what would you do?
You've experienced it, you can do it better.
Yeah,
Don't keep saying, I'm going to fail again, I'm going to fail again. This is negative talk. So, first
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
eliminate get rid of the negative talk. And also challenge yourself to do something impossible, something you've never thought of. And maybe if you're, let's go back to maybe your son, if he was doing the GCSEs and he had an hour of study today, maybe let's make it 2 hours.
Let
Push
me tell
yourself
you,
further.
let me tell you
That
an
he would
impossible
feel,
story about that. And this is the last story that I'm gonna share with you in this episode. He kept saying, for example, that nobody passes the computer science exams. Nobody got a good grade in the mocks. And I asked him, "Do you need a tutor? I'm happy to pay a tutor for you." I told him I have another friend in Germany who's a computer science engineer, so and he said, "No, I can do it by myself." And I was like, "Okay." He did it. He swapped from nobody can pass computer science to I can do it by myself.
absolutely
And he did
challenging
it.
yourself
And he's 16.
is
I mean,
important.
if a 16-year-old can, so can you, so can I, so can everyone.
Absolutely. It all starts here in the
Yeah,
start button,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
start button. And the most important thing after doing all of that, celebrate.
Mm.
Celebrate your small wins. Even celebrate you saying affirmations to yourself. Celebrate having self compassion. It doesn't have to be something tangible, something that you can see. Celebrate the feelings of today. I didn't think negative. Small wins add up, and just be patient with yourself.
I'm gonna change your wording. Instead of today I didn't speak negative about myself. Today I saw myself in a different light. Try that.
Yeah, we hope that was useful. We hope you will manage to change your beliefs about yourself, start making change to the mindset, having the vision of where you want to be, and grab opportunities.
Oh
They
yeah.
are there to be taken advantage of. Make
Oh
the
yeah.
most of them
Yeah.
and challenge yourself.
I
And if
always
you,
say, I always say, Sally, sorry for interrupting you. Um, Sometimes in life, things don't go very well, or they are keep repeating themselves. I've seen this mostly in relationships. I never find a good partner, or nothing good ever happens to me. And I have a saying for that. That's because you didn't learn your lesson. The same situation is going to repeat and repeat and repeat until you learn and move on. So
and
it's an
make something
opportunity.
different
Yeah,
and
it's an
change, yeah,
opportunity.
you have to take change and that will start making effect, knock effect in your life.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a snowball.
Absolutely. And if you wanted a space to talk freely, if you have any doubts, or if you want to learn more about mindset and how the shift could help you, we're here. And this is what we want to do to help you get from where you are now to where you want to be. Reach out. You have all our social media platform details in the channel. Um, and yeah,
Yeah.
just shout out.
Sally and Raluca are here for you. And the Mindset
Absolutely.
Lounge as well.
See you, everyone, in another episode with another topic from the Mindset Lounge.
See
Bye
you
bye.
soon. Bye bye.